Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. It has been a long time since I've seen you. So, welcome to 2022, because I don't think I've actually done a video this year. And welcome to, well, maybe I did one at the beginning of the year. I can't remember. And welcome to my backyard. You can see dogs are back there. You'll hear all of the nature sounds everywhere. Got all kinds of birds making themselves known in my backyard here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and so I thought I'd get outside. Quite honestly, I haven't done a video for a few reasons. The first reason being that I can never seem to get everything perfect. Like, so makeup on, hair done, sound right, all the things. And so today I just gave up. So I put on just a touch of makeup, honestly. But like, I have this beacon of light on my chin, which, let's just call it what it is, beacon of light, because I am a beacon of light, right? So anyway, it figures. And so no covering that up. And I really honestly got probably bags under my eyes and all the things, but there's always a reason, right? There's always a reason to critique ourselves and think that we're not enough. And so I decided to get on here, just me. So this is what I look like. This is me. This is Andrea. This is it. These are the colors of my life. And I also haven't been on here because I haven't had something to say. And I think I've told you that before, that if I'm not just going to be creating content for the sake of creating content on a regular basis. I really want it to be meaningful. And so if I don't think that there's something that I can add to the overall conversation of life in a meaningful way, then I'm not going to do it. And so I have not been in a place to add positively to the conversation of life, with so many things going on in my personal life as well as around the world. I just haven't had it. And I finally had something to say. So here I am. This is a really quick one, hopefully. And honestly, I don't want to get into all the details of my testimony, because at some point in time, I'm going to do the most bomb video testimony about all the things that have been going on. But right now, I was reminded about a lesson that I learned several years ago. My pastor, and I was in Atlanta, and I had at a big church, and we had done this big campaign for building new buildings and doing some improvement on the church. And it was like $1 million campaign or something like that. Like, we were gonna raise $1 million in one day. And it wasn't completely improbable, but it didn't actually work out that way. So we did all of the effort around advertising this campaign to our congregation and had people do pledges. We actually got close to what our goal was, but we didn't quite get there. And I remember, like, we were all really disappointed because, you know, the pastor kept saying that he felt like God was saying that we needed to raise $1 million on this one Sunday, and that was what we were gonna do. And when it was over and we didn't quite meet our goal, and he gave us the best lesson out of it, because in the end, he said, God still said it. It just didn't happen. And that's kind of hard to believe. Like, if God said something, right, like, it has to happen. And one of the things that over the years that I have come to learn is that that is not the case. Like, we think that just because God said something, or that that's the way that we would hope God wants, you know, that something is in line with God's will, that it must happen that way. But we do not serve a forceful God. We serve a God who wants for his perfect will to happen. And he tells us in some situations what that looks like. But we have choice, and we have to participate in God's will. And sometimes, especially if there's other people involved in that, we can't really control that. So we can do our part and leave the rest to God to help other people do their part, but there's nothing that says that he's gonna force them to do it. There's all kinds of things that we think that God has said and it doesn't happen. And I want to encourage you today that it doesn't mean that God didn't say it. It means that there was choice that happened, that there was brokenness in this world that happened, that we had a chance to participate in God's will, and sometimes it just doesn't come to pass. And so there's God's perfect will, and then there's his permissive will. And we are sometimes living in his permissive will, and we will be content in that. So today, I don't know who needs to hear that. Like, you thought you heard God say something, and you did. It was true. It just didn't happen necessarily the way you wanted, but that doesn't mean God wasn't in it. And He is still true to His word. Whatever it is that He had planned for you coming out of that situation, it's still going to happen. It just might need to come a different way. So keep your eyes open, keep yourself aware, and keep yourself positioned in the right way so that you can see the blessings of God come your way. I know it's going to happen. I'm walking into this day knowing it's going to happen for us too. I'm excited about seeing what God is going to do in the future. I can only be excited. There's nothing like that. The peace that surpasses all understanding guards me and my heart, and I'm hoping today it's guarding you and your heart. Bless you real good. Have a great day on purpose.